Hello everyone, and welcome to the Giant Bomb Community Tournament. Today we have Team Guidos versus Team Begurubiado. We saw Team Begurubiado playing the first day. I do not recall if they won or lost, my apologies. I'm not overly familiar with Team Guidos, but I remember Begurubiado did put up a good fight in their last game. So let's get right into the picks and drafts and bans and all of that. So first off, we see a Lycan ban from Begurubiado, which is a pretty wise choice. They are the Radiant team. They don't want to have to deal with a early Roche attempt from Team Guidos. If you guys were watching yesterday, you'll see there was a super early Roche attempt in both of Gaff's game, in which they simply took Roche at level 1, both of their games. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that out of these teams. Gaff is kind of silly, and they're also all very good players, so they kind of like getting away with that. But these guys are both good teams. It's just I don't think they want to go in with that kind of confidence, because a level 1 Roche fight, if lost, can lose you the game. I'm sure we all saw that Cloud9 game. All right, next ban coming out is a Doom, always a solid ban. No one wants to deal with a Doom, and the next is a Razor. These are all pretty solid bans. They're just heroes that are very strong this patch, same with Tinker. Yes, these are all just very strong heroes and solid bans all around. I mean, it just means they aren't going to have to deal with them. Brewmaster, usually a first ban, same with Faceless Void. Frankly, there's about 10 heroes in the current meta that I feel like are constantly being picked or banned, and Brewmaster, Faceless Void, Razor, Tinker, Doom, like those are a majority of them. Skywrath Mage, and there's probably going to be a Faceless Void here. As mentioned, so the picks are somewhat predictable for the moment, but we'll see what they go for their supports. They could do some really fun supports. I feel like a Jakiro on either team here would be pretty fun. Brewmaster plus Jakiro is fun. Skywrath Mage plus Jakiro is really fun. But yeah, let's see what Guidos picks up for their second pick here. Again, if it was my picking and ban, I would probably go for a Faceless Void. Even though it's cheesy, it works extremely well. Especially if you go Utility Void. Oh, Enigma. You know what? That's actually not too bad either. They're going for Team Fight. So if Begurubiado does not pick up Void, I feel like they should definitely ban it in this next phase. Enigma is probably going to be in the jungle. I really doubt we're going to see a lane Enigma. That's something that hasn't happened in quite some time. I mean, it happens in my pub games, but that's because my pub games are just absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, we're waiting for the second pick from Begurubiado, which is an Ancient Apparition. They are expecting to team fight with that Enigma, and they go counter to it with the AA. That is an extremely good pick. So good picks from both teams this time around. They're going equal team fight. Like, Ancient Apparition does provide very good team fight, especially if you initiate with that ball. No one on the Team Guidos will be able to heal. No mech is going to work, no bottle, nothing. And Brewmaster, when he gets his split off, he's going to be able to control a team fight completely. Especially if he goes Ags. That gives him all of his Drunken Brawler abilities, his Stomp, everything like that. So, excuse me. So we see a Naga Siren coming out as a ban from Begurubiado. I think this is a solid ban, because if Guidos chooses to mid that Naga or one position Naga farm in the safe lane, I feel as though that's a hard time for them. Clockwork is the next ban from Guidos. I don't really think they were going to be picking a Clockwork, but I can understand the ban. Clockwork plus Ancient Apparition is very annoying, because as soon as you get a hook in, then Ancient Apparition just sends in his ball, and that's an easy kill for Clockwork and Ancient Apparition. Invoker is the next ban from Begurubiado. I don't think it was necessary, but it's still reasonable. If it was a Quas Wex Invoker, I think Brewmaster would have a harder time, especially if he were to take away all of his mana with the EMP. Guidos banned out the Bat Rider, always a good ban, don't want that initiation, and then Guidos then picks up the Death Prophet. So it looks like Guidos is going for a really early push strat. They want to get Eidolons going on the Enigma, they want to get the Ghosts going on Death Prophet, and I mean, Skywrath Mage just provides control throughout all of their pushes. Solid picks. As we saw yesterday, there was Death Prophet picked in almost every game, but the problem that most of the Death Prophets ran into was getting their 6. They kept getting ganked in the mid lane and dying way too early and not getting level 6 until about 12 or 13 minutes in the game, even though they were the mid lane.
Reserve time.
So Begurubiado could potentially put a stop to this early push strat if they just get early ganks on the Death Prophet. And there we go. There's the Faceless Void. This was a deny pick from Begurubiado. They see the Skywrath Mage on the other team, and Void was picked up. There's a lot of really good targets for Void here, because Skywrath Mage is very squishy, Death Prophet's really squishy if he doesn't have her Ghost up, and Enigma is pretty squishy. I mean, if he has a mech, then he's not so much so, but Void is a good pick in this case. in terms of the team fight, I feel like Begurubiado is a little bit stronger right now, even though Guidos has the black hole. If there's a perfect black hole, sure, they might win the team fight, especially if the ghosts are up.
5
But
seconds remaining.
Void can, they have so many ways to interrupt. Oh, Ember Spirit. You know what?
Radiant team pick.
My opinion has swung. I think Guidos actually does have the better team fight now, because if you get an Enigma black hole with ghosts and an Ember Spirit with a Battle Fury, cleaving away at those inside the black hole, that's a very, very tasty team fight. Begurubiado does have some pretty decent ways to get Enigma out of the black hole. Well, mainly the Faceless Void Chronosphere. So if Void is caught in a black hole, they're going to have some trouble. So I feel like Begurubiado needs some kind of control. They need a stun, they need a silence.
5 seconds remaining.
They need something to pull Enigma out of that black hole. Because at the moment, Enigma is the one that controls the pace for Team Guidos. I feel like a solid pick for them. I almost wanted to say Lion, but I don't know if that would synergize overly well with their team, because they need something that can do a lot of damage from outside Void's Chronosphere. I feel like Witch Doctor might actually be a fairly good pickup for Begurubiado here. An interesting pickup might be the Wraith King, because if we are going to be seeing all of this team fight coming out from Team Guidos, Wraith King might be very strong in that he can just force himself in, die, Void comes in, Chronospheres, and oh, you know what? That's another way to pull him out of the Chronosphere, but you have to get very close with Puck. That's super dangerous because you have to go behind the Void and you have to make sure you're not in the Chronosphere's range. Interesting ban from Team Guidos. They ban out the Shadow Shaman, which I think, had they picked it up, would have been a fairly good pickup for them, because Dire Side, they can do a very early Roche attempt, and that's also quite a bit of control. But I think Team Guidos is looking for some kind of strength hero right now, because if you look at their team comp, they have 3 Int and 1 Agi, and they need some tank on them.
Dire team pick.
Tide Hunter ban out from Begurubiado. They just want to get rid of all of that team fight, and I feel like a solid Ravage would probably destroy Team Begurubiado, because Puck is pretty squishy, Ancient Apparition is pretty squishy, Void can survive a lot, and as can Brewmaster, but that's already half of their team gone if they get a good Ravage. I think for Team Guidos, they might benefit from something like a Sand King, which gives them a solid stun, it gives them a lot of control, and of course the Epicenter, if combined with Ghost and Black Hole, is absolutely massive. Remaining. Hopefully they'll be getting an early-ish Rod of Atos on this Skywrath, though I assume he's going to be a hard support Skywrath mage. If I were to guess, we're going to have a Death Prophet mid, Ember Spirit farming top with some kind of support, be it Skywrath or another, and a solo off lane coming up from Team Guidos. Again, that's probably why they banned out the Tide Hunter. I feel as though Clockwork is banned, so he's not a pick. Timbersaw could be okay in this situation, but I feel like they need something that transitions to the late game a little better. Bristleback would be solid, especially if he has an Assault Cuirass on him. A Darkseer could actually be pretty strong as well, though Darkseer would get blown up inside of a Chronosphere if caught. So, we're just waiting on this last pick from Team Guidos, and I am hoping it's going to be something really team fighty, because that means we would be seeing a very exciting game early on. And if you saw the games yesterday, you know those games were about 14 to 15 minutes long. There's just so much action. I'm looking forward to seeing something similar to that today. In the meantime, while we're waiting, I'm going to take a look at GiantBomb.com, because this is the Giant Bomb Community Tournament, seeing if there's anything exciting going on. I haven't listened to the latest podcast, so if you make references to it in the chat, I'm actually not going to understand, because I have not yet started it. It has been a busy time here. And yep, there's the Bristleback. Pretty solid pick, I believe. It's a good offlane. He can transition fairly well to the late game. And he blows up characters like the Ancient Apparition and the Puck if she doesn't have an orb available or phase shift. Though, you know what? She's going to have that. It's an easy way to cancel her blink as well. So if you're able to get some good quill sprays off on her, stack up the damage, then she's gonna die. She has like 900 health at level 11. She's extremely squishy, though she is also extremely escapable, especially when she has level 4 phase shift, a blink dagger, and her orb available. Venomancer. And we see a Venomancer coming out from Begurubiado in the end. I feel like this is a fairly solid pick. It adds to their team fight, especially with Faceless Void. Again, I would have preferred something that can take the Enigma out of the black hole, so something with a stun, something with a silence, but if they're looking for the fight, Venomancer is a good pick. Now, on Team Begurubiado, which I'll be calling Bibi from now on, we have Puke No Nuke on your one-position Faceless Void. We have Trust in Shenju on your, it looks to be off-lane Brewmaster. Puck is the retarded Venusaur. Cookie is your Ancient Apparition, and McZack is your Venomancer. We have a pause coming in, which makes this easier for me because I'm able to actually, call these people's names out and then talk a little bit about their starting builds. We have an Enigma right here, starting off with an early Sage's Mask, which obviously is going to build into a Soul Ring, so this is going to be a jungle Enigma. Oh my god, look at his face, he's all messed up. This is played by GZZZZ. We also have the offlane Bristleback, played by Venarlia? That sounds correct. We have your Safe Lane, Safe Lane Eber Spirit, played by Demoli. We have your Skywrath Mage, played by Old King Cole, who I assume is going to be supporting this here guy. And we have your middle Death Prophet, played by Yarden24. Let's take a look at builds really fast. Pretty solid mid build coming here from Death Prophet. She's looking for a fast bottle. It looks as though Puck is actually going to be going to the offlane with all of these tangos. So she's not going to get an early bottle, but she is plenty survivable with 8 tangos and a salve. There's a lot of drawing going on the map here. So this will be a mid Brewmaster in this case, I suppose. So he's got a Stout Shield. He's probably going to get some tangos and some sticks to actually have some stats, a little bit of extra right-click damage for that mid lane against the Death Prophet. Venomancer has a grand total of nothing for the moment. That's fine. Ancient Apparition the same. So I don't think we're going to be seeing any early Roche attempts. I don't think we're going to be seeing this team going into the enemy jungle. Oh, right, I can't draw on this map, sorry. Look here, this is what happens when I draw on the map. If anybody can explain this to me, I would be happy to hear how to fix it. But if I draw around, it does this. It just makes my mini-map look like absolute chaos. So if anyone knows how to fix that, please let me know. I was trying to draw that the Dire team is probably not going to be going to the Radiant jungle, just because, just looking at them, I don't think they really have the early level 1 team fight to do so. I'm going to assume this Bristleback is actually going to be putting a ward in the Dire side pull camp so that he doesn't have to deal with pulls in his solo offlane, and for some reason we see all 5 of Team Bebi going to the top lane. I don't know if they're looking to take over the enemy jungle and take it away from the Enigma. I feel like that's a good choice, but anyways, this camp is blocked for Team Bebi, so the safe lanes are not going to be able to have a pull to them. This is an interesting attempt. I feel like if Ancient Apparition skills his Chilling Touch, they could potentially get a kill, especially if they catch out the Skywrath Mage, but they don't really have a level 1 stun. Like I was saying, this is a big problem. The only real shutdown on this team is Faceless Void, so we'll see what happens early in the game, because I feel like that is a pretty big problem. Though, to be fair, there aren't really any stuns except for Maledict and Searing Chains on the Dire side. It looks like we might see an early skirmish here. I feel as though, if they wanted to, they could go on this Skywrath Mage. Oh no, it seems like they... Are they going to go on the Ember Spirit, or are they going to go on the Skywrath Mage? It seems like Puck wanted to go on the Skywrath Mage, but everybody else wanted to go on the Ember Spirit. There's a lack of communication, and neither are going to go down. So, overall, a lot of wasted time here for Begurubiado. You see Void having to walk his way to his solo, or he's not going to be solo, to his safe lane. And this Bristleback is just going to get a free wave. He's going to get a free wave of experience, free wave of last hits, as long as he can get them. Let's see. Let's judge him. Nope. Nice try. So we have our offlane Puck here. She got a level 1 orb because she was trying to get a kill in that level 1 skirmish. And I don't believe... I think that's probably a good choice. I think her next level should definitely be Phase Shift, though, in case this... Oh my. Oh my. He takes a lot of damage. Her right click is very strong for early levels. 57. Well, for a ranged hero. But... excuse me. I think that Illusory Orb is a good solid level 1 pick no matter where you are. I feel like your next level should probably be Phase Shift, and it is. Fantastic. So we have a tri-lane bottom, and this Ancient Apparition has figured out that his camp is blocked. Hopefully he does get a sentry and places it around here, or maybe here. So I think that will get rid of that ward, and it will not block his own camp. This tri-lane, I don't think it has much kill potential at all. The only lockdown they would have is a Cold Feet, and I think that maybe with a Gale combined with a Cold Feet, they could potentially keep him in place. Also, a Time Walk to slow. Like, all they have in this lane is slow. They don't really have kill potential because, again, they have no stun. They have no lockdown. This is the biggest problem I see with this. And you know what? There's going to be early levels coming out on the Plague Wards, which I think is okay, but I think he probably shouldn't start laying those down until they're about level 3. Because at the moment, it just takes like 3 hits and they're not gonna be able to kill him. Or sorry, Bristleback will be able to kill them very easily, rather. So we see a sentry coming out from the Ancient Apparition. It's going to miss it just barely. He needs to be placing it right around here. And let's see if he does it. Oh, he doesn't have any more sentries on him. Did he place a second one? Oh, I only see one down. I'm not sure where the other sentry is. Regardless, if we look in the mid lane, we have a very early bottle coming out from the Brewmaster. He opted not to go for the branches and instead just got some cool tangos and went for the early bottle. I think that's okay, but let's look at last hits and denies. He has 7 last hits versus the Death Prophet's 8, so it's pretty even in the mid lane, actually. He's probably getting most of his last hits from his Thunderclap. And I missed the first blood, which happened in the top lane from the Puck. Let's take a look at her cooldowns. She did have the orb. I don't know if she used phase shifts, but that's perfect because Ember Spirit did get the kill, so that means he's going to be able to have a very early lead. Let's see what item he's going to go for. Did he pick anything up? Early boots, that's fine. That'll allow him to go on the Puck, because as soon as Puck throws her Illusory Orb, she doesn't have it for a solid 12 seconds after that. This bottom lane, I don't think anything is really going to happen here. It's not too exciting. The Enigma is farming up in the jungle. He has a Soul Ring, early point in Malefice, so he is looking... Did I call it Maledict earlier? My bad. He's looking to get some early kills, maybe? No, he's just going to pull the lane for these guys. He's going to get some early experience from this small camp, and we have a pause coming up from Faceless Void. I wonder what's up. Oops, oops, oops. Mistake, I suppose. So Bristleback, he's having an easy time in this lane. He has 13 last hits. 15 last hits. He's the second next to the solo safe. Or sorry, why do I keep saying solo safe? The safe lane, Faceless Void. I mean, for this matchup, I feel like that's probably to be expected. Faceless Void can't really do that much. Like, this guy's just walking into the enemy's side shop to pick up his boots. And he's uncontested. I am interested in why he has his Batsy on active, because I feel like he wants to keep it closer to his tower if possible, but you know what? It's not my place to judge. If we look at the jungle, we have Enigma just farming up a quick mech. He's not going to be going for the early Blink Dagger. We have sentries on the Skyroth Mage. I'm not entirely sure why. They don't have a blocked camp or anything like that, so... Puck did have a pretty good phase shift to get out of Skyroth Mage's Arcane Bolt. And we have a pretty decently farming Ember Spirit here, who looks to be going for an early Battle Fury. In the mid lane, we see Death Prophet with a bottled Invis Rune, and Boots, we see the Brewmaster, who must be Bottle Crowing. Let's see. Yeah, he is Bottle Crowing, as well as Boots and Stout Shield. Magic Stick, I feel like, is an okay pickup against the Death Prophet. She's going to be spamming out her Crypt Swarm as much as she has it available, but you have to get pretty close for that Magic Stick charge, and it does a lot of damage. We see pings coming out on this bottom lane. The Bristleback, they want to go on this Bristleback, but they just have no lockdown. I don't think they're actually going to be able to get a kill on them no matter what they do. They put the Chilling Touch on. That's going to be a little bit of extra damage, but they're not going to kill him. In fact, the Bristleback might just get a kill here. He could potentially get a double kill. There's one. Oh, here comes your second kill. There's 2 kills, and if he wanted to, I feel like he could turn on this Faceless Void. He doesn't have Chronosphere, but yeah. Those squishy supports just cannot man up against a Bristleback. Just simply cannot. As soon as he gets a couple stacks of Nasal Goo on, that's like the armor loss is just too much, and then they get Quill Sprayed, they're just dead. There's nothing else they can do. That Bristleback is just, he's too far ahead at this point. He's level 7 versus, let's take a look here. Level 7, he's the highest level in the game. And that was a level 2 and a level 3 Venomancer. There's no way they survived that.
Bomb's gone missing, just
so Retarded Venusaur, how's he doing up here? He has boots, he has his multiple intelligence. Oh, he might die here. Arcane Bolt, it cannot be phase shifted because obviously he was silenced by the Ancient Seal. And we still have a farming Ember Spirit here. This is an interesting build from Ember Spirit that I've seen the pro players do with the points in Flame Guard and Searing Chains with no points in Sleight of Fist. I personally still enjoy Sleight of Fist despite the nerf that it got in 6.82 or 6.81, sorry. And I don't know. I do understand the Fire Remnant jumping in with Fire Remnant, doing that burst damage, Searing Chains them, and then make sure you have Flame Guard on, and that's especially good against a Puck. They're asking the Venomancer to get back, and I don't blame them because he's just going to die to that Bristleback again. But as I was saying, I feel like the the Sleight of Fist is still very strong, especially when you get the fast level 4 of it. Then you're able to spam it every like 4 seconds. Is that it? 6 seconds. My apologies. And it does a lot of damage. And if you're going the Battle Fury build, that's going to become your main skill that you're going to use. And again, we see the Bristleback killing off the Ancient Apparition, who remains at level 2. So this tri-lane is a failure for Begurubiado. This Void is farming. He has 27 last hits. Like, it's not great. If you look at the top 4 farmers on the board, they're all on the dire side Guidos. Being led by the Bristleback, the Veneralia. Veneralia? Sure. Venarlia? I don't know. I can't pronounce words. I'm French. Anyways, Bristleback is just completely dominating his off lane, and there's nothing that these guys in the Begurubiado Bebi safe lane can do. I feel like if Venarlia wanted to, he could it could probably be man up on this Faceless Void pretty easy. There's still no Chronosphere available, though he's going to have it probably within the next wave of creeps. We see Enigma smoked, looking to get a gank. He's probably going to try and go on this puck, though. I think the puck could get away with a good illusory orb. It depends. Let's see. Are they going to go for this? Yep, they're going to probably silence up the puck. Oh, if they silence him up now, this could be a very dead puck. He orbed far too early. Oh, and Black Hole is used. This is a dead puck no matter what. So we have a 5-0 kill lead going in favor of Team Guidos. No. I mean, there's no surprises here. 4,000 gold lead for gold, 5,000 gold lead in experience. So we have a pretty solid game for Team Guidos. I feel like when we have a Blink Dagger come out for this Brewmaster, we have anything come up for this Faceless Void. Looks like he's going to go for an early Master Madness. We can see Team Bebi turn this around, but I believe this is going to be a dead Void. Yep, easy, hasted Death Prophet comes in, there's a Crypt Swarm, and now they're going to look for the tier 1 here. I feel like she pops her Ghost far too early. That is not a very good time to put your Ghost in, because level 1 Ghost doesn't do that much, especially when she only has 2 levels of Witchcraft. I do not like her build at all. I feel like Silence is okay, but you need the extra Witchcraft. You need the extra Exorcism Spirits, you need the extra mana cost reduction. They did end up getting the tower, but I don't feel like it's a good trade. We see a... Ooh! That was a good silence on the Brewmaster, but it's not going to matter. It looks like Bebi is able to turn this fight around. There was a Dream Coil used by the puck, and I think we're going to see Enigma fall here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, Puck, you're actually dead. That's really unfortunate. The Brewmaster is going to pick up the kill on the Skyrash Mage, but the Bristleback's going to come in and clean this up. He's going to bring a very easy kill on the team. Wow. I'm actually surprised he was able to kill off that Enigma. I forgot how much damage that Thunderclap actually does, but this is a very dead dude. He didn't buy out before he dies. That's rather unfortunate. He was about 600 gold away from his Blink Dagger. Unfortunate, but oh well. This Faceless Void is going to continue to farm. If they give this Faceless Void free farm, I feel as though he heavily out-carries Team Guidos. I mean, Ember Spirit carries very hard, and there's no one that's ever going to argue against that. But if he's in a Chronosphere, he's just going to die. Even if he has Flame Guard on, he's still going to die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like there's an early push. There's a push coming out from Team Guidos here. This Bristleback is so tanky. He has a Vanguard. It's probably got it 8.5 minutes. They're not going to be able to kill this Bristleback. I mean, the only one who really could is probably the Brewmaster. But I don't know. I don't think they can kill him that early. Venomancer surely can. A level 2 wards and level 1 Poison Sting. Yeah, he's not going to do any damage. He does have a smoke, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it very effectively. Puck won't be able to do much against him. He'll be able to cast an Illusory Orb, do a couple right clicks, nothing. Void is the only one who could potentially kill him, and that's if he's able to, excuse me, get the Bristleback in a Chronosphere, attack his front, and have all of his friends outside just smashing away at him, and that has to just be focusing on the Bristleback. So, right now there's a huge tank coming out from Team Guidos. We see Puck hasn't left this top lane. I feel like this is a poor choice. I feel like the Puck should be ganking as early as possible, especially when she has the level 6. Because, I mean, early levels of Dream Coil are extremely strong, especially when you have an Ancient Apparition and a Faceless Void, because that holds them in an area, and that means they can get close. It looks like we might see the Brewmaster fall. He does not have a split available, so that's rather unfortunate. He died again, did not have enough gold to get his Blink Dagger, and this is going to be a tier 1 mid falling for free. They're not going to be able to defend this at all. Ancient Apparition does not have his level 6. He's only level 3. Venomancer's level 4. They have none of the ultimates that they're looking to rely on in the early to mid game. So, Team Bebi is having a very hard time this game. If we look at hero levels, 2 of the top 5 are from GUIDOS. They're going to kill this poor Venomancer. How cruel. That guy just wanted to kill everyone. It's rather unfortunate. I believe this is going to translate into a second tower for Team
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We have Faceless Void farming up the jungle. I mean, there's not a lot he could do, but I feel like a solid Chronosphere could potentially help. If they got a Chronosphere, they got a Gale inside of it. They got nothing really from Brewmaster, but I mean, if they had an Ice Blast,
Radiant structures are fortified.
this is really unfortunate because it all comes down to the level. They need their level 6 on kill. Nice deny attempt. That is going to fall. We see a Chronosphere coming out. Solo Chronosphere on the Scout. And yes, they're going to kill the mage, but he's going to lose his own life. Everyone else was there. And that Bristleback is just too big. He's too scary. As I was saying, look at the level discrepancy here. Level 3 on your Ancient Apparition, who is arguably your most important ultimate on Team Begurubiado. And the fact that he doesn't have it and it's 12 minutes in is absolutely scary. It's like I was saying earlier during the draft, what becomes very important is early ganks in these games, especially when you rely so heavily on your level 6. If this Ancient Apparition had been 6 at at minute 9, this game could potentially still have some kind of chance for Team Begurubiado, but as it stands, I believe they're going to have a hard time coming back. This is going to be a dead pop very easily. Didn't even really need that much. Crypt Swarm was going to kill. So there's going to be Ghosts popped here. No, I don't think they even need Ghosts. They can just right-click this tower down. They're going to cut the wave. They put a pretty good lane ward here, so they'll know if anybody's coming from the secret shop, and they'll also be able to see if anybody's coming this way, even if they don't have a creep wave. But yes, this tower is going to fall. They didn't even pop Ghosts. This is level 2 Ghost, by the way, and she does have 4 levels of Witchcraft. So this tower is going to go very fast if no one from Team Devi decides to defend. There's also Idolize. This tower is going. They only have 2 here, and it's the Venomancer and the Void who does not have a Chronosphere. Unfortunately, I usually like to have faith that either team could pull it back from a deficit, but as it stands, with still a level 3 Ancient Apparition who's just standing around doing nothing, I don't think that Begurubiado can do. They are going to go on this Bristleback, who is incredibly tanky. He is going for a Sanjay Yasha. They could potentially get a kill on the Bristleback if the micro is strong with this Brewmaster. He chose a very poor choice to throw his Stone at, in my opinion. Ember Spirit's not great because he's just going to absorb most of the damage that comes out of that with his Flame Guard, and we just see most of Begurubiado fall. There is a Chronosphere available now, but I think it would be a fool's errand. He might... Yeah, they're going to kill the Death Prophet, but they're going to lose their Brewmaster in response, and the Bristleback doesn't even fall. So, sure, they killed the Death Prophet, but her ghosts were already down. She didn't really matter. So, Faceless Void does get a pick off on the, he got a pick off. Oh, they're GGing. I believe this is probably... if they're actually GGing, are they? Yes. I think this is probably a solid choice, because at this point, they have no cost control. It's exactly what I was saying at the start of the game. They needed some kind of stun, they needed some kind of silence, anything. Shadow Shaman, Lion, Tiny, anything would have been pretty strong, but I don't know. I think this was a very easy victory for GUIDOS. The draft was just better, and unfortunately, the play was better as well. The poor Ancient Apparition, level 3 at the end of the game. Not able to do anything, not able to contribute. That's just unfortunate for the player. So, well played by Team GUIDOS, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and there will be more games tonight, starting at around, I don't remember, 9 Eastern? Well, it'll be posted on the boards. Regardless, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.